This is an overview of the Cambridge Technicals that's taught by the Science Department. So that's Science for Engineers and Principles of Mechanical Engineering. These are taught by Kay Dully, Alan Epton and myself, Jonathan Rhodes, with my colleague Mr. Watson, who also teaches mechanical engineering. Okay, these are companion units to the practical engineering units that are delivered by the engineering department, and Science for Engineering and Principles of Mechanical Engineering are both delivered by colleagues and myself in the Science Department. Mrs. Dully and Mr. Epton focus on Science for Engineers, and myself and Mr. Watson focus on Principles of Mechanical Engineering. The key headline stuff about this course: these courses are 100% examination based. So the students will sit an exam in the May of 2022. There are 2 lessons per week, and that equates roughly to 70 hours distributed across the school year. In terms of topics covered, Science for Engineers has a good mix of GCSE physics and chemistry knowledge, but will be applied here in context of engineering context. So it is theoretical and classroom based. However, there's lots of application of topics that you'll have seen before at GCSE. It includes applications of units and measurement, forces and motion, electrical engineering, how solid materials behave on an atomic level, the movement of fluids, the movement of heat, and heat as energy stores. It is quite heavily maths based, and you do need to be proficient and love using a scientific calculator. The overall view is that this course is challenging in the scope of its content, but 99.9% of students pass each year. In terms of Principles of Mechanical Engineering, similarly to before, it does build upon GCSE physics and maths. Again, it's very heavily biased towards either applying knowledge or skills that you have looked at GCSE in an engineering context. It does include topics which are novel, you will not have encountered before in GCSE physics, such as types of loads, the idea of stress and strain placed on objects under loading, types of levers and calculations on levers, gears, pulleys and beams. It also does cover some fundamental principles of dynamics that you will have met at GCSE, however, developing those a little bit further. This module, Principles of Mechanical Engineering, does contain some mathematically challenging content, but the overwhelming majority of students pass each year. In terms of requirements, and is this course for you? If you're taking the engineering level 3 qualification, it is a compulsory module. You do need to take it. In terms of requirements that you would need, minimum requirements are 5 GCSE passes at levels between 9 and 5, including level 5s in English, maths or science or above. If you are taking an A-level study, one of the A-level sciences or maths, in addition to the Cambridge technical level 3 in engineering, then you would require a level 6 or above. So those are the above in that subject. One thing that a lot of students do find is that studying A level physics does complement very large areas of the engineering course. That's a common pairing. Also, level 3 engineering and maths is another common combination. Who is it actually for this course? So it's ideal for students who are interested in the practical application of science, to explain the most fundamental aspects of engineering. So how do levers work? How does leverage work? looking at structural elements and analysing it to see whether how we can predict how materials would behave. Okay, it is useful for those first people who are wanting to progress onto engineering general, fabrication, mechanical engineering, or chemical engineering if taken with conjunction with a level in chemistry. Okay, in terms of resources that you would need, there's not a massive amount. You would need to have a scientific calculator. You will be provided with a formula booklet, which is extremely useful. You also need a sound background knowledge of GCSE science and maths, and basic stationery. So nothing more than we would expect coming to school regularly. Okay. In terms of looking at further information, you can either contact myself, Mr. Epps, or Mrs. Dully at utcsheffield.org.uk.